Today we're going to look at a few solving inequalities problems, as well as graphing the solution on a number line and looking at interval notation. So my first example here, 5 parentheses x plus 8 minus 7 is less than or equal to 23. So I'm going to draw a line down the inequality sign to make sure I separate my sides. My first step here is to distribute, so I'm going to distribute the 5 to the x as well as the 5 to the 8, giving me 5x plus 40. I'm going to rewrite everything else as minus 7 is less than or equal to 23. My next step would be combine like terms, so I have 40 and negative 7, giving me 5x plus 33 is greater than or equal to 23. And I continue solving. I subtract 33 on both sides, giving me 5x is less than or equal to negative 10. And I divide by 5. X is less than or equal to negative 2. So there is my solution written as an inequality. If I had a number line, I would have negative 2. I would also have 1 below, negative 3, and 1 above, negative 1. At negative 2, it's going to be a closed circle because there's a line underneath the inequality. And here I want all values that are less than negative 2. So my arrow is going to go to the left. Okay, negative 3 is less than negative 2. So that's true, so it goes to the left. If I were to look at interval notation, I want to see how far to the left the solutions are. So in this case, since the arrow is pointing to the left, negative infinity is the lowest I could possibly go. And if we would follow this number line to see where it stops at negative 2. There are always parentheses at infinities, and since this is a closed circle or there's a line underneath, we're going to have a bracket at negative 2, which would mean negative 2 can be a solution to this inequality. My other example, I have 6x plus 2 minus 8x is less than 14. My first step is to combine like terms. 6x and negative 8x gives me negative 2x plus 2 is less than 14. I'm going to continue solving. I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides, giving me negative 2x is less than 12. And I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. So my flag should be going up whenever I divide by a negative in an inequality. I need to flip or switch the inequality sign. So that now becomes a greater than. 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, so we have to remember, I tell my students to star that. Whenever we multiply or divide by a negative, we flip the inequality sign. So on our number line, we have negative 6, we have negative 7, negative 5. At negative 6, it's going to be an open circle because there's no line underneath the inequality. And I want all values that are greater than negative 6. So I'm going to go to the right here. Interval notation, what's the starting point? The starting point is negative 6. The end point, this arrow means it's going to continue on forever and ever and ever to go to infinity. At negative 6, since it's an open circle and since there's no line underneath, we're going to have a parenthesis. And we always have a parenthesis at infinities. So negative 6 would not be included in the solution set. Okay, again, those are 2 examples here. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Thanks a lot, guys.